We are so close to England playing in the final of the Euros at Wembley. I cannot wait. It's coming home and I'm in the spirit. So I thought what we're going to do today is see how the England's Euro squad would do in the Premier League. So what I've done is I've took Sheffield, who got relegated. I've took all the players out and I've put the England team in there to see how it would match in the Premier League. We have some fantastic players in this England squad. We've got Pickford here. We've got defenders like Maguire, John Stones. We've got Mings, Trippier. We look at our fullbacks and we've got the likes of Walker from City, Trippier from Atletico, Rice from West Ham, Reece James, Luke Shaw, we've got Jordan Henderson, the Liverpool captain, Calvin Phillips, the Yorkshire Pirlo, Mount, the Champions League winner, Raheem Sterling, who's been banging in the goals for the Euros. Got the likes of Jack Grealish, who everyone loves and wants to see. Sancho, who recently has moved to Manchester United. Foden, Bellingham, Harry Kane, of course. And the likes of Marcus Rashford, Calvin Lewin on the bench too. So we have a fantastic squad of players here. In my opinion, they'd get at least top 4. They've got fantastic players. Obviously, they will have the impact of taking away from certain teams. So obviously, Luke Shaw and Maguire won't be at United. City won't have the likes of Stones and Walker. Chelsea won't have Chilwell and Mount. So there is also that element of, is this team good enough and has it weakened the Premier League overall without its English players? So in the end, we could see that they finished 5th overall. So overall, this is an incredibly different table, and you can see it's had a massive impact on certain clubs. You have Liverpool, who still won it on top with 87 points. They were nearly a good 20 points off that. Arsenal finished 2nd with 79. City finished 3rd with 74. And Southampton finished 4th with 70. They finished 1 point above Leeds, and they were only 2 behind Southampton in 4th. So nearly got Champions League football. You can see how this has decimated teams like United, Chelsea and Tottenham, who are without Maguire and Shaw, without Kane here, who's leading the line. And look at the teams at the bottom. You've got Burnley, West Ham and West Brom, all relegated, which you would not expect. So you can see it's greatly affected the Premier League. So let's see how this team got on individually. If we look at top goal scorers to see, we've got Harry Kane, who is 6th with 17 goals. Not as high as you think he would have been. And that's the only player in the top goal scorer list. Average ratings, again, we've got to look down to 10th with Harry Kane. He again is the only player on that list. Assists, you've got Grealish with 11, so he did have a fantastic season for England. Phil Foden had 9, so we do have some creative players in this team, but again, no one else made that list. So they've not been performing as amazing as you would think. I mean, let's have a look at some of the losses. Losses to Chelsea, Wolves, Leicester, Wolves again, Villa, Arsenal, Burnley, Leeds. Some draws against City both times, Liverpool, United, Arsenal. So dropping a lot of points. 19 wins compared to 20 and 21, which is ultimately the difference in the end. We can see overall Harry Kane got 24 goals, so that nearly a 30 goal a season striker. Grealish had 14 assists, which is fantastic, and Kane had 6 man of the matches. If we look at the squad, we can see that the goals have been spread out though. We've got 24 for Kane, 10 for Rashford, 8 for Lewin, 8 for Grealish, 8 for Sterling, 6 for Sancho, 5 Maguire, 3 for Mount, 3 for Stones, 2 Foden, and 1 for Henderson. So it's been spread around equally across the squad. So obviously because they were Sheffield, they didn't have Champions League football. They did have the Carabao Cup second round, which they won 2-0 against Salford, but were knocked out by Amara's goal against City. You did have the FA Cup, a 3-1 against Swansea, a 3-0 against Derby, where Kane scored a hat-trick, a 1-0 win with a Rashford goal in the 5th round. Quarters had Liverpool, beat them 2-1. Semi-final had Leicester, they beat 2-1, sending them to the final with both Harrys scoring there. But unfortunately, in the FA Cup final, they were beat by Bournemouth, of all teams, in extra time, with an extra time Jack Wilshere goal, which is very unfortunate. We have a look at their form in the league. Didn't have a good start with a draw, a loss, and a loss again. Lost to Wolves, lost to Chelsea, and a draw. It's dropping a lot of points. Had a good run of wins. Beat Tottenham 4-0, good result. A draw with Arsenal isn't bad either. Win against Liverpool, win against United, draw against City. Loss against Leicester there. 3-2 against Chelsea. A 2-1 loss against Arsenal, unfortunately there. Draw with Liverpool, draw with United, win against City, draw with Southampton, draw with City. A lot of draws here and a few losses, which ultimately they paid the price for. It's crazy how good Southampton did, and also got leads as well, with the likes of United, Chelsea, Leicester and Tottenham not even in the top 6. I thought the England squad could have done better. I thought they could have won the competition. They have lots of Kane, Sterling, Grealish, fantastic players. But then you've also got to think that the likes of Liverpool, Arsenal, City, they didn't have too many losses. Like City still had Diaz, they had De Bruyne, Bernardo, Jesus. Liverpool still had Mane, Salah, Firmino, Wijnaldum, Thiago, Van Dijk. Arsenal still had Lacazette, Aubameyang, Xhaka. So obviously these were not affected too much, and being the bigger clubs, they still retained their superiority against a England side. So overall, England didn't do bad. They couldn't bring anything home in the league or the cups, but they got to a final. They performed well, and without all these world-class players like De Bruyne, Van Dijk, Salah in the league, obviously is a hard thing to compete against. So thank you all for watching. I hope you're in the mood for the final. It's coming home, and I'll see you all very, very soon.